Bas de Groot is Europe's first milk sommelier, I'll have you know. He's got a background in urban farming and he believes there's a growing market for speciality milks. So he's a taste tester, basically, for milk. He says a lot of baristas in Holland are already interested in his idea of having different flavours of milk. He says they're choosing Jersey milk because of its high in protein and fat, and you need protein for good foaming and fat for taste. Can you imagine going to a cafe or going to a pub and ordering half a pint of milk? Well, do you think you could taste the difference between supermarket milk, you know, milk that's been homogenised and pasteurised, and milk that's come straight from the cow? That's what we're doing now. We're taste testing milk with Richard Cornock on his dairy farm near Wotton under Edge. We're just going into the farmhouse. Nice and warm in here, just taking off our muddy boots. Proper farmhouse kitchen, just how it is in the books, with the Arga, or is it a Rayburn, is it?
Yeah.
It's nice and cosy and warm in here. Big farmhouse table, quite a few easy chairs to relax in as well. So what is it we're doing today?
Well, I've got a little challenge for you, okay? I remember when I came up to the studio, so I'm just washing my hands here, I've just been out on the farm just to get the bugs off. When I came up to, we were just chatting, I think it was off air, wasn't it, between records or something, and I said to you, have you ever tried cow's milk? And you went, yeah, of course I have, you know, from supermarket or whatever. But you hadn't actually tried it from a cow, have you? Fresh from a cow?
I haven't, no.
No, so what I've thought we do while you're here is I've got a jug of milk, which I've taken out of the bulk tank, so it's nice and chilled. Okay, and I've also got a little carton of milk from the supermarket, and I thought I'd just be interested to see what you think the difference in the taste is.
And I bet it looks completely different as well.
Well, I don't know. This is what I'm so used to milk now that I don't really look at it very often.
Are you bathe in it?
Yeah, can you see my complexion? I'm only 21. Some chance, right? But yeah, I'd be very interested to see what you think, because you are not exposed to it every day like I am, you know.
Okay, so what is the difference? What happens to the milk when it leaves the farm to then turn it into what we buy from the supermarket?
Well, it's interesting because I'm not really involved with that side of the process, so I only know a little bit, but I can tell you it goes off and it's pasteurised, it's treated, heat treated, so that it basically gets the bugs out. It gives it a long shelf life, and it also means it's safe to drink. So if there's anything like TB involved with milk, that's not going to be the case once it's been pasteurised. Then it's homogenised. Now, I'm not exactly sure of the process, but it basically breaks down the fat molecules. So do you remember in the old days, I think when you're old enough to remember this, but you used to get a bottle of milk and there used to be a thick layer of fat on the top.
I do remember.
You know, the blue tits used to peck off the top and get the fat. You don't get that anymore, do you? If you buy a pot of milk from the supermarket, there's no cream on the top. It all stays in the bottle all the way to the bottom. So it's homogenised, and then basically it's bottled and packaged and sold out.
So that must be something that's changed then in the last 25 years, if I can remember it.
Well, that's right. You know, certainly when I was a kid, I don't think that was the best bit of the milk if you were a little kid, wasn't it? You got the bottle, I want that bit on my cornflakes.
Or I used to like it when it was the milkman would bring it, and early in the morning, and then it would freeze, and it would all spout up, and it would push the foil lid off.
Oh, you see, I've never experienced that, because I've always got my milk out of the bulk tank. So that's what you used to do, really?
Yeah, and it would expand, obviously, and everything would push up, but the little foil lid would still be on top.
Wow, it's memories, isn't it? Isn't it great?
Right, come on then.
Right,
where's
then,
your milk?
okay,
Where's
let's
your
get
fridge?
the milk out. Here we go. So there's your little carton of milk. And here's a jug of milk from the bulk tank. I don't expect you want half a pint, right? I'll just give you a little pour of each one. So this is the supermarket one. I've actually had to go and buy some milk from the supermarket.
That's terrible, isn't it? That
eh?
is terrible.
Gosh, I think I have to have a sit down after that. Okay, and this is the one that is straight from... And you can see the cream on the top of this one already. So... See in the jug, you can see it on the top there?
Yeah. In colour? Is there a difference in colour?
Let's have a little look.
I think there is a tiny difference in colour.
You're probably right, actually. Do you know, I haven't noticed that. I'd say the supermarket one looked a bit whiter, don't you think?
Yes, it's definitely a bit whiter.
Interesting.
And it froths and bubbles a lot easier.
It does, you're right. This is really interesting to me, actually, because I've never done this before. I've never thought about doing it's not wine, though, isn't it?
Okay, I'll give it a go then.
I won't be offended if you don't like the farm milk, because it is probably a different taste and you're not used to.
Well, that's whole milk anyway from the supermarket.
I have to do a same comparison.
Okay.
There isn't as much of an aftertaste with the non-pasteurised milk with yours.
Okay.
It goes down easier for some reason.
I'm going to do this as well in a minute, I think, because I'd be interested to see the difference.
There isn't as much of a difference as I thought there would be, actually, though.
Right.
It leaves more of a film on your mouth.
Right. Okay.
Your
because it's probably not
one.
homogenised.
But yeah, so a little bit more fat
So
on
this is
it.
wine, you'd be going, I'm getting cow, I'm getting silage, I'm getting straw.
Go on, you have a go now.
So this is a supermarket one. I can tell that straight away, that is supermarket milk.
Really?
It just tastes so artificial to me. You're probably used to the taste. That, to me, tastes really weird. I can taste the difference, definitely.
Can you?
Yeah. That one, it's hard to describe it. It's not, I said, it's not a massive difference.
It's more in like the texture as well, rather than the taste.
Right. Well, they're both good.
They're both good.
Yeah.
I'd be happy with either of those in my coffee or on my cornflakes.
But the good thing is the farm milk, you see, when I have my cornflakes for breakfast, I put on all the cream. I know you shouldn't, but I take the cream off the top of the jug and stick it on crunchy nut cornflakes, and that is the best.
Well, thank you for enlightening me.
There you go. Well, thanks for coming to the farm.
There I was talking to Richard Cornock on the dairy farm that he and his family farm down near Wotton-under-Edge in Titherington. Thanks for letting me pop along, Richard. It was great. We brought the cows in, didn't we? We also heard about the calving, and I'm sure you'll hear more from Richard in the new year. Yes, the texture, I think, of the milk was definitely different, and I got to admit, on my way back home from Richard's place, I popped into the services. You know the new Gloucester services on the end? I say new, they're a few years old now, aren't they? Posh place, isn't it? God, I tell you what, I was seduced going into that service station. I was seduced so much, I bought a jumper. But the milk there, they've got the organic Jess's Ladies milk, which is the... it's not homogenised, so I bought some of that and I took it home for my family, inspired, by the visit to Richard's place. My little boy won't go near it. He's not having it. I think it's the texture that's a little bit different because it is a little bit more fatty. But we were just reminiscing, Joe, who's producing the programme today, we were reminiscing about milk that used to come from the milkman in proper milk bottles with the little film cap on top. And we were just saying when we were kids in the 80s, we used to make necklaces out of the... of the tops, out of the little foil on top, and it was blue for skimmed milk, wasn't it, and red for semi-skimmed, and it was gold for the cream, or silver for the full fat. Yeah, and we would get them, we'd clean them, squash them down, and use them as necklaces. Hello to Jenny, who's just given us a call. She used to stay on a farm at Easter time when she was around 9 years old, and would always help with the milking. And if ever she wanted, or if she went camping near a farm, they would always go to the farm shop and get the milk from there, bringing back the memories for Jenny too. Thank you very much. Music to come from Elton